While families are being reunited and world leaders are signing a ceasefire agreement, we wanted to see how people in the community are feeling about the news in the Middle East. Megan Hartnett joins us from the newsroom. Megan, it sounds like this is a relief for everyone.
Kaylee, people say they're happy to see the hostages and detainees released and think this is progress. They say there are still questions of what this means for the area and what's next, but today they're focusing on the positive. Hamas has released all 20 living Israeli hostages, and Israel is releasing nearly 2,000 Palestinian detainees after 2 years of conflict, a conflict Americans like David Clark of Lambertville have been paying close attention to.
I feel very good. I'm confident now that the world, Mother Earth, can reconnect.
President Donald Trump and other world leaders have signed a peace declaration after United States involvement, including the releasing of a 20-point peace plan for Gaza. It's something political scholars say is good news for the president.
I think once the dust settles, we'll see how involved the United States was compared to Qatar and Egypt and others. But it looks like U.S. diplomacy was sort of front and center.
Some people, like Clark, say they may not fully agree with the president, but they applaud his administration for working with international leaders.
That's a difficult chore to do because we all have our little needs and wants and everything else, but maybe taking the greater umbrella of what we really need to make things work will direct us in that direction, and that's peace among us.
Joel Voss, an associate professor of political science at UToledo, says this is certainly a victory, but there's still work ahead.
But the big questions now are how do you rebuild Gaza? Who controls Gaza? Does Hamas disarm?
Voss says he thinks having international peacekeepers, including the United Nations, in Gaza is a good way to help rebuild the area.
It's not done yet. We've just begun, but we are actually now we're really treading the path. That's wonderful.
Voss says he believes the U.S. will continue to be involved in the process. He says the question is where the country will put its priorities in the rebuilding and stabilization of the area. Reporting from the newsroom, Megan Hartnett, WTOL 11.